Hi everyone, this is Menz here, playing the Tier 8 United States Navy Battleship, the North Carolina. Now, I'm not fully upgraded in this. I have the upgraded firing module as well as the upgraded propulsion, but I do not have the B hull on the North Carolina. So that adds a bit of HP and a little bit more anti-aircraft capabilities to the North Carolina, but this is still a pretty good sense of its top configuration. Now, moving from the Colorado, which a lot of people don't like, but I found you just need to play it a little bit differently. It does have good armor, and you just have to deal with the inaccurate guns and slow speed on it. But moving from that to North Carolina, you finally reach faster battleships in the U.S. Navy line compared to the earlier battleships. Now, North Carolina isn't a fast battleship, since the Iowa is faster than it, and even the Tirpitz is a little bit more fast than it, or a little faster than it, I believe. But it does have a lot of firepower. Its armor is best at range because it has very good deck armor, and a little bit more susceptible to damage from the side, so you don't really want to get too close into people. Now, the way its turrets are set up, you only have 3, so if one gets knocked out, you're pretty screwed. But the way its turrets are set up, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, angling, you kind of want to angle going into enemies in a way, because you have 2 turrets pointing at them compared to 1 in the rear. So this is better at attacking people than running away, because you have more firepower pointing towards them, and you can angle heavily and just keep 2 turrets firing away at them. The rear one you don't have to use at times if you're against a battleship that can do a ton of damage, so it's better just to stay angled, keep firing those 2 front turrets to take them out, instead of angling more and exposing your weak broadside armor. Now, one thing you'll notice from the Colorado to the North Carolina is shell velocity seems a lot lower. I haven't exactly checked to see if that was true, but whether it's the velocity or the shell arc, you definitely need to lead your targets more at the same ranges, but I just might be wrong there. So since it's better to angle into people, I'm just going to stay at range and kind of turn in when I get more enemies in my range. And I can't see him. I could pop the spotter plane to get a shot on him now, but I'm just going to wait. Now he's pretty quick, so I am going to need to lead him a decent amount. Granted, now I don't see him at all. This guy's not moving at all, of course. And he's heading towards me, so I need to aim a little bit beneath him. And of course, I did not turn enough to get around him, so I might scrape him a little bit. Yeah, it looks like I missed. Our team is, I have no idea what the fuck they're doing there. They're all discombobulated. Fairly sure that should be, I didn't lead them enough. That might just clip them. Or miss them at all. Okay, need that Atago. I should see him any second now. Or not. Okay, he's still turning. There he is. Hopefully he doesn't turn, although I think I fired a little too short. Nope, did not fire short that. There. I don't know what this guy's thinking, but he's not going to survive long going that route. Hopefully somebody else can finish him off so I can focus on the Tirpitz over here. Yep, good job. He's heading a little bit down my way. Although now he's starting to turn away, it looks like. Plunging fire works pretty damn good on the Tirpitz. It has a really weak deck armor. So staying at range against them is ideal. Basically the opposite is as of the North Carolina, because North Carolina has pretty good deck armor. It looks like he might have sped up a little bit. It looks like he's starting to turn towards me now. And I'm gonna start my retreat. At least I have 3 ships occupied, but my team's not exactly doing good elsewhere. Yeah, my team is... I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, looks like we have a destroyer over here. So I have to pop my spotter plane. Scout launched. See if I can spot this destroyer. See how that lead goes. Yeah, pretty spot on. See, he's dodging. And I have no help at all. Grant, my team is behind, but I've got 5 ships closing in on me. We have a destroyer up in nowhere doing nothing, since they don't exactly need to pay attention to him. This is not going to end well. Gotta worry about this DD over here.
Problem solved, sir.
That was a bad shot. Let's close in on this destroyer. Never keep sailing in a straight line. Now he's got torpedoes, gotta worry about him. That's a pretty bad mess. Here we go. Oh, just where I was aiming for. Just want to keep an eye on where this destroyer is going to be popping up. Here he is. Of course, I had just fired. I want to point away from him. Worry about this Tirpitz. Since he also has torpedoes. Shit, I guess I did let one of them hit me. That was a big mistake. And that's probably gonna hit me. Yep. Fantastic. So yeah, I'm gonna end up dying. Oh well. Yeah, that was my bad from kind of taking my eye off of that torpedo, and I turned into it by accident. Had that not happened, I'd probably still be alive. Destroyers, The North Carolina's not great at dealing with them, if not better than any other battleship. If a destroyer's right behind you, it's very difficult to actually do much about it because they can kind of pick and choose what side they want to go on and where to attack you from. But the North Carolina only having one turret on the rear makes it a little bit more difficult than most, because you only have those few guns shooting at it. But pretty decent game. I did over 110,000 damage. North Carolina definitely can rack up the damage because its firepower allows it to penetrate pretty much anything it comes across. You just need to engage them appropriately. For example, those Tirpitzes in the beginning, long range is better because plunging fire will exploit their weak deck protection. But at closer ranges, you want to aim a little bit higher because you can't penetrate along the waterline reliably. You can actually find an armor guide for the North Carolina and Tirpitz. Granted, I need to update the North Carolinas on my website, menzgaming.com/World of Warships. World of Warships. But North Carolina is a solid ship. It really doesn't have many faults. The one only being it's not very good at close range because it's a very large target, and its side armor can be penetrated by pretty much any battleship it faces, and even some cruisers at close ranges with AP. Basically under 10 kilometers, I believe, can penetrate some of your citadel areas. Now, this guy's not going to survive for very long. Never reverse in a battle like this, but luckily for him, no one's spotting him just yet. And then I did penetrate 33 targets and got 5 citadel hits. Learning citadels pretty much the extent of weak spots in World of Tanks. Where in World of Tanks you want to aim for weak spots. World of Warships you want to aim for, of course, weak spots of the armor, but places that are weak and citadel areas that you can penetrate. A little bit more complex than World of Tanks. But you can find a lot of different armor guides on my website, Menz Gaming. I'm pretty much doing them the same format as World of Tanks. Color coding, green, yellow, orange, red. Different layers of armor as far as thickness, and outlining things such as powder magazines, propulsion, citadels, etc., etc. But as you get up in the higher tiers, it's very important because if you're not hitting the right places, you're not going to be able to use AP effectively. You can stick with cruisers and just fling HE, but even in cruisers, HE isn't always the best bet. It might seem like... kind of exit out of the game real quick. It might seem like the best bet, but sometimes it's better with AP so you can citadel people, because just flinging HE at all times is not going to live up to your complete damage potential if you can penetrate them. Okay, so we have this guy, maybe his engine's out, and we have a Fubuki who's being a little pansy right now, and he's grinding all up on that edge. You gotta love people who do this. It just looks complete. And he still died. That is embarrassing. He couldn't even hit a ship that was not moving. But he might be able to pull out a draw. He's definitely not going to win. But still, I can't believe he could not hit our teammate here. Granted, it's good for us though. Now, if you're not getting into World of Warships just yet, but you have played World of Tanks, one thing you'll notice, matches are a lot longer. Essentially, double in most cases. Not all of them run to complete length, but a lot more do than in World of Tanks, and there's a lot more draws, only because ships are a lot more difficult to destroy, and the maps are larger. It does make it a little bit difficult to do these videos because basically I'm talking for a minimum of 15 minutes at times compared to World of Tanks, where you can have a freaking excellent match in under 5 minutes at times. But overall, this was a pretty decent game. Received a decent amount of credits, good amount of experience. I do have a flag on now, and pretty much at tier 8 with a premium account, you still will make credits, but without a premium account, you're gonna pretty much break even and lose credits on tier 8s in World of Warships. Now, experience, of course, they got more because we lost, but damage-wise, I pretty much penetrated all my shots except for 3, and damage-wise, anything over 100,000 is good in my book for a tier 8. Once you get to tier 9, tier 10, you want to bump that up a little bit more. My secondaries definitely helped out a lot, but in the end, that mistake of me running into a torpedo did me in. But what can you do? Now, yeah, as you see there, 2 torpedo hits for nearly 20,000. So almost the most amount of damage I received out of the different types. North Carolina, though, it can definitely take a lot of damage, just not at close ranges. And torpedoes, it should take less damage than other battleships, but it actually takes quite a bit. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, menzgaming.com/World of Warships. Thanks for watching.